Still looking at me.
What's going on, Money Gang? How's it going? It's your boy, the Multitasker, and welcome back again to another reaction. What time is it, you ask? I know what it is because it's time for a death battle. Yeah, that has no purpose. But it's Black Canary versus Sindel. It's DC versus Mortal Kombat. It's kind of weird when you say that out loud because when you say that, you're thinking of DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat, a really bad, terrible game, or simply we know as Mortal Kombat 8, which there's no fatalities for superheroes, which is completely pathetic. But instead of the game, you have two lovely ladies who has a unique and their reputation of basically a high frequency sound, a very high pitch frequency, or simply we know that as loud scream. And this is basically what we're dealing with, and I hope that everybody has their earplugs to try to cover, because I'm pretty sure that there's no way they're gonna want to have a blind date or have it a second base, which that makes no sense. But I haven't seen this episode, so this will be a good chance to see which of the two are going to make it out of this alive and still have a voice. Now, Black Canary, on the other hand, I know a little bit about her. She used to date with the Green Arrow. There are times that I mostly remember her in Justice League Unlimited. Let's see. Besides Injustice 2 and, of course, Justice League Action. So, but I haven't seen Birds of Prey yet. I'm still debating on if it's worth it, because I hear that movie is terrible. I don't know. And then you have Queen Sindel, who was once a victim when Shao Kahn rolled over Edenia and basically refused to be his new bride. Or this was part of her plan, which that basically altered of the timeline, that she poisoned her own king. Now, that's what you consider a bitch queen of Edenia. Either way, we'll see what happens. So, without further ado, it's time to react.
It's a trope we're all familiar with, the damsel in distress crying for help. Yeah, Wiz, don't think that's the case here, because these two are the opposite. If you ever hear their cry, you're dead. Black Canary, the blonde bare-knuckle brawler of DC Comics. And Sindel, the literal scream queen from Mortal Kombat. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, so they're going to deal with the 2D sprites.
Behold, the Justice Society of America, the first recorded team of superheroes in the DC universe. Where else could you find a boxer in a catsuit chilling with the spirit of God's divine wrath? And among these men and gods stood a woman, the judo-chopping Black Canary. Wait, why a canary? Canaries don't know judo? Or do they? However, this is not the Black Canary we'll be focusing on today. See, the Black Canary of the Golden Age may have been a skilled crime fighter in her own right, but the one who made the moniker a household name was her daughter, Dinah Laurel Lance. Dinah wanted to be a crime fighter just like her mom, so she trained with Wildcat, the furry boxer I mentioned earlier. Her mother wasn't very happy about that, though. Young Dinah's career could have ended then and there, if not for the discovery of what she likes to call her canary cry. Cases such as these weren't ordinary, but well explained. See, Dinah possessed the meta gene, a dormant slice of genetic code present in about 12% of humanity, granting superhuman abilities. Yeah, Wizard did it. With her new power and martial arts training, Dinah took up her mother's mantle and became Black Canary, the second one. Is it weird that her mom was also named Dinah?
Oh, yes,
they're really forming a dynasty.
Green Arrow of the short
fact,
animated
originally
that I
she
did
disguised
react
herself
to
by
years back.
donning a blonde wig, but eventually just dyed it permanently. Blonde?
Oh,
Don't you mean
so her hair
yellow?
was originally raven.
Regardless, the Canary cry is no joke.
and
By emitting
she wears
focused
weird
ultrasonic
ones, and
sound,
now
Dinah can
she
annihilate
actually
the
bleached her
eardrums
hair
of anyone
blonde.
nearby.
Okay.
Or just ramp up the volume and blow people away with shockwaves. She can even stop a runaway train. It's quite versatile, too. She can focus her cries into small sonic projectiles or broaden them to affect entire cities. And by screaming hard enough at the ground, she can freaking fly. How the hell does that shit work? Let's dig into this for a bit. For a sound wave to become a shockwave, it must possess an intensity of at least 194 decibels. For reference, Black Canary's highest recorded scream clocks in at over 300 decibels. That's the same level of bulls as a volcano erupting. All that power comes with a fairly obvious weakness, though. If her throat is damaged, she'll be unable to produce the cry. That's why she's got some nifty ultrasonic canary bombs that do the super shouting for her. Not to say she's useless without her superpower, of course. She's one of comics' greatest ass kickers. Thanks to Wildcat and her mother, Dinah has trained in jujitsu, karate, Krav Maga, capoeira, and many, many more styles of martial arts. She knows holds that can put you to sleep, a punch that can detonate your heart, and even how to cause instant death by pushing a single nerve cluster. She's basically the furious, blood-soaked love child of Pinchero and the bride from Kill Bill.
Right.
Also, before we go on, all this kung fu talk makes me want to see a judo canary in action. And what better opponent than our very own Mega Goose Howard? Did you teach it, judo? So,
Wow.
turns out they don't know judo. Where was the heads up on that one, Wiz? Even with all that, Dinah's greatest strength is perhaps her uncanny ability to learn and adapt mid-fight. It's what makes her such a great sparring partner to superhuman martial arts masters like Wonder Woman. It was during a fight with her, in fact, that Black Canary claimed she could perceive time down to the nanosecond. Sounds crazy, right? But believe it, how else could she keep up with someone like Wonder Woman? Or how about the time she battled these red tornado androids? Green Lantern was using his power ring to scan for weaknesses, but Dinah said F that and stabbed it hundreds of times super fast.
Damn.
She found its literal Achilles heel before the power ring finished scanning. That's right, she outsped an alien supercomputer. Keep in mind, Dinah does not technically possess superhuman speed or strength. But I wouldn't be surprised if she secretly drank some super soldier serum at some point, cause she can outmuzzle superhumans and smash steel like it's flimsy wood. Given the yield strength of steel and the size of her elbow, Dinah must have exerted a force of around 27 tons. The gal survived a fall into the ocean from 1,000 feet, and even her own canary cry reflected back at her. It helps that she has a special membrane in her ears that protects her from shockwaves. Can't say the same for this robot dude, Amazo. For a murder-happy android with the combined powers of the entire Justice League, he sure could have packed some aspirin. She may be stubborn and hot-headed, but with her powers and training fine-tuned, Dinah proved her mom wasn't the only Black Canary to be reckoned with. She even teamed up with groups such as the infamous Birds of Prey, and at one point took charge of the Justice League, the spiritual successor to the original Justice Society. Next to her main man, Green Arrow. They spent a lot of time sticking arrows in that quiver, if you know what I mean. They did sex. Long story short, Black Canary is without a doubt one of the most badass women in comic book history.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I got some mad respect for her.
The realm of Edenia was a paradise. A Garden of Eden, if you will. You said that like it was supposed to be clever. Under the rule of King Jared and Queen Sindel, the realm prospered for millennia, until the arrival of Outworld Conqueror Shao Kahn and the tournament of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! By decree of the Elder Gods, an invading force from another realm must defeat the defending world 10 consecutive times in a tournament to the death. Unfortunately for Edenia, Khan dabbed on their asses and won Edenia for himself. To legitimize his rule, Khan murdered Jared, married Sindel, and adopted her daughter Katana as his own. Excessive? Probably. Needless to say, Cindy wasn't too happy about all that. But it turns out she was a kung fu sorcerer. So, to avenge her kingdom, she underwent a mystic ritual where she offed herself to protect Khan's next target, Earthrealm. And it worked. For a time. After 10,000 years of hopelessly failing to take the Earth, Khan learned how to undo her protective ward. Sindel was resurrected, brainwashed, and transformed into a fierce queen of dark magic and terror.
Yeah.
She was back and ready to slay, and holy shit did she! Sindel's Edenian physiology gives her superhuman strength, speed, and durability, allowing her to make mincemeat of Mortal Kombat's regular combatants. You better have said that with a K. And despite being dead for the past 10,000 years, she's somehow a master of two forms of Chinese Kung Fu. Jacques Wan originates from northern China and is known for its eloquent, graceful, extended movements. Fu Zhao Pai, also known as the Tiger Claw system, focuses on fast, powerful strikes. Sindel also wields a Quan Do. It's a glaive designed for long-range deflection and carving people up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Though she hardly needs a weapon when she already has one. Her hair. She can command it to stretch like a tentacle, constrict opponents, and act essentially as an extra prehensile limb. Not gonna lie, Wiz, that's,
Little copycat of
You
Medusa.
still think so if she used it to spin you like a top fast enough to obliterate your body? What a way to go. Okay, well, all that pales in comparison to her signature ability, the Banshee Scream. This ultrasonic shout is powerful enough to detonate heads, split limbs, and rend flesh. Her screaming power can even be focused into mystical fireballs of destruction called Star Screamers. Oh, like that Transformer that we had that pony eat his soul. No. Sindel once screamed with enough force to annihilate
God,
a
they
large
have to
part
show
of a
that
canyon.
clip.
This resembles the effects of a magnitude 5.0 earthquake, comparable to nearly 500 tons of TNT exploding all at once. With power like that, it's no wonder she was able to strut through Earthrealm's mightiest heroes, which include our old pal, Sub-Zero! What, I kept it as a souvenir. Who, along with most of the series combatants, can shatter a block of pure diamond with his bare hand. A feat like this would require a pressure of at least 60 gigapascals. That's over 4,300 tons of force per square inch. And Cabal, who is fast enough to swat machine gun fire out of the air, like the flies in Boomstick's bathroom. Accurate. Judging by the likely muscle velocity and rate of fire, Cabal must have been reacting within 600ths of a second in order to consistently parry these bullets. And he blocked a bunch of them back to back to back. Too bad Sindel wound up getting blown up and brainwashed all over again. Man, this chick can't catch a break, though the zombie mill thing's kind of working for her. Well, that's only one possible timeline. In the original story, she was actually freed from Shao Kahn and regained control of Edenia. In another, it seems the killing of her royal husband was actually her plan all along.
Yeah.
Either way, we're talking about Mortal Kombat. They all die eventually. But compared to the Queen, everyone else might as well have been silent.
Timelines is confusing. Okay. This gotta be a close stalemate here. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna go with Black Canary because I just starting to, I gotta like her in a way. So I'm definitely gonna, I have her respect. So hopefully I won't screw this up this time. Let's do this. My luck.
Talk about Scooby-Doo meets Fight Club.
Wow.
Enough of this farce.
Wow, they
Earthrealm.
just let her
Behold
hair
your
be so
queen.
much.
I shall strip the flesh from your bones.
Wait a minute, that's a little bit of a... Oh! Ooh, nice. Okay, Mortal Kombat style. Ow. Damn.
Hurt, child. Let me sing you a lullaby.
No kidding. I almost fell asleep.
Uh-oh, this is it. Canary cry or the Banshee scene. Ooh!
So are ring-outs a thing here?
Insufferable creature, we fight to the death!
Yeah, there are no ring outs. So yeah, fight to the death. Woo!
Such a pretty bird with such an ugly song. Tell me, can you fly?
Oh no. That was a close call.
Fatality.
Hell yes.
KO! Looks like Sindel's head is blasting off again! Or, well, for the first time technically, so I tried to work it in, guys.
This battle was a curious one. For the most part, Sindel's physical strength, projectiles, and aerial maneuverability let her keep up with the bird of prey.
Yeah, she was 160 times stronger, but Canary's made a living off fighting superhumans who are even stronger than that, like Mammoth and Giganta, so I guess that wasn't that big of an advantage, really.
Comparing Cabal's bullet timing to her nanosecond reaction, Dinah's reaction speed was easily 60 million times faster, and with her wide array of martial arts abilities, she certainly capitalized on this.
Sure, Sindel had some awesome moves, but sadly, stepping on people like a hot dominatrix doesn't quite stack up when Black Canary mastered way more fighting styles. Plus, she's been training all her life. Adenia was super peaceful before Shao Kahn came along, so I doubt Sindel was taking names and kicking ass all before that.
But let's move on to the
That is
comparison
right there.
everyone wants to know. Which was deadlier, the Banshee Scream or the Canary Cry? We know Dinah's cry could reach 300 decibels. In
That's
comparison,
true, yes.
the results of Sindel's most powerful scream are similar to a 5.0 earthquake, which is equivalent to only 235 decibels.
I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
That's a
Oh,
difference
wow.
of only 65 decibels. That can't be all that different. Wrong! It's totally different, because decibels are freaking weird.
See, decibels are not like meters or minutes, which scale geometrically. Instead, decibels scale logarithmically. For every 10 decibels a sound is, its intensity increases tenfold. So 30 decibels is 10 times greater than 20 decibels. 40 is 10 times greater than 30, and so on.
So, every increase multiplies the sound instead of just adding to it. Wait a minute. That means the Canary Cry would be...
About 1 million times stronger than the Banshee Scream. Nearly 500 megatons of TNT.
Whoa.
awesome.
Awesome
The
as
closest
hell.
real-life comparison we can make is the Krakatoa eruption of 1883. A volcano blast so powerful it could be heard over 3,000 miles away. Not so different from what Dinah has been shown to be capable of.
Yeah.
It also didn't hurt that Canary had those special membranes in her ears to guard against Sindel's scream.
In the end, Canary had the speed, skill, and raw decibels to finish her.
It was Sindel's time to die.
What, no pun about screams?
Well, I was gonna, but I thought a pun that obvious wouldn't be allowed.
The winner is Black
Jesus
Canary.
Christ almighty.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, please click the link in the description below and check out this other stuff we do.
Alright, who's next? Hey, Leo! Oh! Ah, sweet. The leaders of the teams, Leonardo of the TMNT and Jason, the Red Ranger of Power Rangers. Awesome. So it comes out on February 23rd. Definitely looking forward to it. But on to the subject. Yes! My little luck is back on my side. And thus, to be fair, Black Canary has like tons of every martial arts styles than Sindel. Yes, she's over 10,000 years old and basically a bitch of a mother, a husband, a wife. Then just have like two forms of martial arts. And Diana had more skills being trained, different fighting styles. I mean, she had more practice than Sindel could. And keep in mind that her Canary cry was 300 decibels than the Banshee scream. It was basically, she had the top class than Sindel. So, who would have thought? So, definitely she has my respect. And this is where I'm going to end this video. So, if you enjoyed this, let's leave it a likes and leave a comments down below. If you're new to this channel, all you have to do is just click that little bell and you get notification from yours truly for reaction, gaming, music, and streaming. And with that, I'll catch y'all in the next video. So, Mighty Venture signing out.